Alright, what is good? It's your boy Shimmy back with another video. Today we have Mushoku Tensei Season 3 Episode 1 and 2. Listen, the streets are saying this is the best isekai ever. So today we're gonna check it out and see what they're talking about. No long talks, lot the f*** in. Now let's get into it. Boom, we start with Eris leaving Rudy and she cuts her hair. Okay, Sakura, but she's also got PTSD of when Orsted speed blitzes and went right through Rudy. So her and Ghislaine decide to go to the Holy Land of Swords because the Sword God might know of a way to beat him. So they go on a journey traveling day and night fighting different monsters, and they finally get to the land of the Holy Swords. Hold on, is this not Canada? They go to the dojo and someone's like, shit, is that bad gal Ghislaine? Everyone chill. They go in and meet the Sword God, the number 5 in the world. And Ghislaine says, yeah, this is Eris. She really needs someone to teach her the sword. Huh? You want me to do that? Yeah, you. Why would I do that though? And Eris says, I don't have time for small fry like you. Yeah, see, if you take her out, after that, I won't be mad. The mandem all get pissed and he says, you know what? I like your enthusiasm. Who you trying to take out? That dragon god bitch Orsted. And bro gets scared, then he starts laughing. He says, alright, since you're big dog apparently, then beat this you in a 1v1, then we'll see. He's a sword saint. So the referee drops the swords in the middle, and before the match starts, Eris goes and hits the sword out of his hand, then gives him a rude shot to the neck. The sword god's like, yeah, the you that he's naive, isn't he? He actually is naive though, bro's not ready. That's how you die in the field. Her next opponent is Nina, and this guy gives her a sword with metal in it. Like, are you good? What is wrong with you? Just trying to make the man's dojo look bad. Boom, the match starts and Eris runs in and swings, but her sword breaks because of the metal. So Shorty says, I got something for you, and she gives her a rude punch and kicks her to the ground. You thought the fight was over, didn't you? But Eris just keeps punching her over and over. Damn, is this not a spar though? That's a little crazy. And finally, homie stops them, but the damage is already done. She picks up the sword and says, this what y'all doing? Are there no real swordsmen in this bitch? The sword god says, you know what, fine, alright, I'll face you then. She instinctively backs away. That's a nice sword you got there. Is that one of Yulian's? Shit, I don't know. Some random shit I found. And he pulls his sword out and he says this one's one of Yulian's too. Eris is nervous, but she ain't backing down. She came to learn how to kill the dragon god. She goes in running and she swings, but the man just smiles, lifts his sword up and cuts down. And we just see Shorty fly out the building. Damn. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we never thought she was gonna win. He says, Ghislaine, go treat her wounds. She's one of the mandem from now. I'ma train her personally. She got the drive for real. Everyone's like, huh? You're gonna train her, that bum? This guy starts complaining and whining because she didn't even learn the sword of light technique. Gal says, stop crying like a hoe. Shorty beat 2 of our students already. She deserves to be here. Now it's the next day and she's training with Gal and he hits her to the wall. She can't give up though. He's like, you moving slow as hell, girl. This ain't gonna cut it. He hits the sword out of her hand and hits her in the shoulder. Don't think about nothing and just swing the sword. Clear your mind. After that, she goes on her dolos and she's just practicing her swinging. And Nina and these men see her and she's like, bitch, you still can't use that technique? Just go on home. She's not falling for the rage bait though. And Nina even forces this kid to talk shit too. Like, alright, just get better, shorty. She moves her training ground to this cliff an hour away from the Holy Land of Swords. And we just see Eris swinging her sword dolo again. She's swinging it over and over, rain, snow, and shine. Listening to the sword god's advice that she got. The mandem start noticing her training too, and she's actually getting stronger. They thought she was gonna give up after a while, but she not give up. Over time, her fangs got sharper. But like, damn shorty, you don't want to do a spar or something like that? It's been time. She's really larping that Netero training arc though. If you know, you know. Now it's already been half a year, but she still don't know how long she's got to keep this up for until she sees some real progress. She should be able to swing her sword faster now, but Ghislaine would still cook her, the sword god would cook her, and Orsted wouldn't even need to try to fry this girl. But she can't give up until that bitch is in the ground. Now she's walking back and she looks crazy. At the dojo entrance, some guy pulls up. He's like, shit, I came all the way here, but where is everyone at? Then he sees Eris walking. He's like, yo, Wagwan, get the fuck out the way, boy. The man can feel her killing intent and he pulls his swords out. He's like, am I looking at a wild animal right now? What's going on? Shorty's like, fuck out of my way, ho. But bro says, chill. I'm Aber, the peacock swordsman. I see you're one of the sword god's disciple. You think you could get fuck out my way, boy? You can't hear? And she pulls up and swings on him. He blocks, dodges her next attack, then uses the wall to jump over top her. She tries swinging again, but he steps on her sword. About to take her head off, she dodges and backs away. She got a problem though. She got no sword. But this really ain't a problem for her. She's used to giving out knuckle sandwiches. She goes and runs in and he cuts her, but Shorty hugs that cut and punches him. Yeah, she's kind of crazy. He kicks her away and she lands right where her sword is and gets it back. They're about to go at it, but the sword god says, alright, can y'all stop already? And Shorty falls to the ground. She was tired. We learned this guy is the North Emperor, so he's really like that. He's like, yeah, sword god, I got your letter. So she's the one, and Shorty gets pissed, looks at him and walks away. Bro's like, that's the most ferocious swordsman I've ever met. Bro doesn't know about Kenny, but they call her the Mad Dog. She falls asleep and Ghislaine pulls up on these two. She's like, yo, why the hell you not training Eris? Huh? What you mean? I taught her hella shit. Gang, what you're doing is not teaching her. She been swinging that sword in the snow for about 3 years now. What is that gonna do for her against Orsted? Bro gets pissed and pulls his sword out. Listen, Shorty, don't piss me off. If you would have stayed on the path I laid out, you would be a sword emperor already. But he explains, Shorty's aiming to beat the dragon god, and who is just broken. So what can he even teach her if that man cooked him too? So he made a plan to help her train, starting with this guy. He's gonna teach her the North God style, so she can add that to her arsenal. Ghislaine's like, she ain't learning that cheap ass, weak ass sword style. But Orsted also uses it. Water God style, North God style, Orsted already knows all the ins and out of that, so he can counter that easy. So the plan is teach her all about the different styles so she might be able to deal with him. It's the next day and it's her first lesson with him. The match starts, she goes in swinging, but the man parries her easy and trips her. Now he's on the offensive. He gives her a rude hit to the stomach. This ain't gonna stop Eris though. She got something to prove, word to Lil Baby. She zooms in and speed blitzes, jumps in the air and swings, and the man's sword breaks. She really might be like that. Look at this Nina girl hating too, like come on. Albert's like, alright, calm down, let's run it back. You got me once, but that shit ain't gonna work again. So they go at it another time. We move to the next day and Nina and her friends are chatting, talking about Mon, and they're gassing her up. You're a total genius. And she's just eating it all up. They look over and they just see Eris. They're like, that hoe is scary. Nina goes in front of her and says, look at you. You ain't gonna never get a man that way. But Shorty says, I already got one. She starts telling them all about Rudy, how they faced Orsted, how he is fighting dragons. And Nina's like,
stop the cap.
Ain't no way Rudeus did all that, but she says it's true and she just walks away. Now Nina goes into town and she's asking about Rudeus and these guys are like, yeah, no, Rudy's really like that. He's a serious guy. He's not a phony. So she gets pissed and gets someone to dig up information about him. And she finally learns everything about him and begs, Eris really ain't lying. And she decides to hop on a horse and go beat up Rudeus herself and marry him just to get back at Eris. Like, okay, like the game's gone left. Let's just focus on training. How about that? She gets all the way to Rudeus's campus and asks this beast guy where he is. Bro's like, oh, good timing. I'm looking for that too. They both go and find him. The beast man's like, you're the quagmire, a lie. I'm challenging you to a duel, boy. Rudeus is like, nah, I can't do that today. I'm still a busy man. He goes to run, but the beast man goes right in front of him. He goes to attack. But we just see the man on the ground already? Then he just leaves. Can't believe what she just saw, so she goes to find him again. But she sees all these beastmen lined up. This deadass looks like the lineup for the AP Swatch collab. I pray none of you guys really got that shit. Waste of money. She's like, what the hell is this line for? Oh, you're here to fight Rudeus, a lie? Yeah, head to the back of the line. We're all here for that too. He's about to go to the back, but then someone shows up. It's the Demon Lord. He's like, damn, everyone's here to fight Rudy? He is a guy, but how about I fight him first? A beastman replies, if you want to fight him first, then defeat us, Demon Lord. And bro took that serious. He says, everyone come at me. So everyone goes fighting him and Nina goes fighting him too. She swings and Shorty wakes up on the ground. Yeah, pack it up, just go home. She goes to where everyone is and she sees Rudy facing the Demon Lord. He gets his staff and shoots straight at him and he goes flying. After seeing that, Nina's like, let me take my dumb ass home. She gets all the way back to the dojo and she sees Eris training and she's like, you know what? I gotta join her. So she starts training with her. Now it's the next day and Gal is talking to someone and it's the water god. She says, I really ain't think you would call me. So who do you want me to teach and what am I teaching to them? Then Nina and Eris walk in. Instinctively, they both get serious. And Isolde almost pulls her sword out. Damn. They get to chatting and Nina's like, yeah, I'm the fastest here, but I ain't the strongest. That's that shorty over there. And Eris is just standing staring at them. Like, there's actually something wrong with this girl. Gal says, chill. She's gonna teach you about the water style. The granny's like, yeah, I can't lie. This girl is not cut out for the water style. Find someone else. Yeah, I know she ain't cut out. You ain't even gotta teach her. Just be her opponent. Shorty's gotta learn. Okay, but who is she trying to face? The one and only Dragon God Orsted. And Granny's like, blood clot, him? You think she can do it? So Granny's like, alright, first you gotta face my apprentice. If you can beat her, then you can train with me. Isolde walks up to them and says, yeah, I gotta face y'all, but don't expect no weak ass sword saints like y'all to beat me. Boom, we start with Eris versus Isolde and she's parrying all of Eris's attacks. She uses her locked in vision and hits. Shorty parries that too and just hits her to the wall. Eris can't even get back up. Damn, how'd she get beat that bad? Now it's Nina's turn. Shorty says, whenever you're ready. And Nina speed blitzes and takes her out with one shot. Damn. So Nina beats Isolde, Isolde beats Eris, and Eris beats Nina. Type of Pokemon shit is this? To practice even more, the three of them go hunting together. Eris uses magic to light a fire at night. And they're like, blood clot, you can use magic too? Yeah, Rudeus taught me that. And how to read and how to write. Shit, you can do that too? I thought that shit was all basic, I'm not gonna lie. We can't all do that? Fuck. Then out of nowhere, the magic beasts pull up. Eris runs in, takes out three of them. One goes to hit her, but she dodges and takes that one out too. Now it's Nina's turn. She goes in speed blitzing and takes these two out. Now it's Isolde's turn. She goes in parrying all of them and slices this one up bad. Back to Eris. She runs on the wall, jumps down at this group of them and cuts them all up, breaking the ice too. Not gonna lie, they're actually a nasty trio. With that, they all go back to the dojo. Nina goes up to Eris and says, you want to know how to hide your animosity? Go take a shower and eat like a regular person. You're moving like a wild animal. And Rudeus ain't gonna rock with you like that. Shorty smells herself and she's like, damn, I actually do smell like shit. Now it's the next day and it's Isolde versus Eris. Shorty just needs to get a hit on her for once. Now the match starts. They're both testing out each other's range. Then Eris smiles. And that catches Isolde off guard. She pulls up in her face and swings, knocking Shorty to the ground bad. She finally got her first dub. Alright, that's all for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Yes, Mushoku Tensei episode 1 and 2 is finished. Let me know how you feel about the anime so far. Let me know if you're excited for it. And if you want me to keep doing some more, because your boy can do it, just let me know. If you didn't know, last week we dropped from season 4 on the other channel, so go check that one out for your boy if you're not watching from. I don't know what you're doing. If you haven't seen it, don't worry. Every season is there, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So go check that out. And as always, if there's anything else that you guys want me to do, drop it in the comments and your boy will get on it. And stuff that you want to see this season too, like Bleach for sure when that drops July 25th, I think. I'll do that as well. And we're gonna drop a Blue Lock soon. We're gonna drop the T-Ghoul this month, okay? It's coming this month. It's been like 4 months in the making, but we're gonna drop it this month if all goes well. We also got 2 days till I can reapply and get my shit back. So if I get my shit back, we'll be back in full force and we'll really start to fuck this shit up again, you know? But until then, appreciate y'all boys and y'all support. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace!